Top 13 Most Dangerous Cities in America 2024. Across many US cities, both violent and property crime is on the rise. The most dangerous cities in America in 2024 are Memphis, St. Louis, and Little Rock. Number 1, Memphis. The most dangerous city in America is Memphis, Tennessee. With a population of 650,000, Memphis has an overall crime rate that is 240% higher than the national average. Memphis has more than 7,000 crimes per 100,000 people. With an exceptionally high violent crime rate, in 2022, there were more than 15,000 incidents of violent crime, including 289 counts of murder, 2,000 counts of robbery, and more than 12,000 incidents of assault. The violent crime rate is 652% higher than the national average. Residents have a 1 in 40 chance of falling victim to a violent crime. The most dangerous neighborhoods in Memphis are downtown, Parkway Village, and Highland Heights. Number 2, St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis, Missouri is also one of the worst cities in America due to its high crime rate. St. Louis has a population of 240,000 and a crime rate that is 234% higher than the national average. St. Louis has a 7,800 crimes per 100,000 people, with 6,000 violent crimes and more than 7,400 property crimes reported in the 2023 year. Of the 6,107 violent crimes, there were 264 incidents of murder, 1,246 incidents of robbery, and 4,280 incidents of assault. Overall, residents have a 1 in 50 chance of becoming a victim of a violent crime. The most dangerous neighborhoods in St. Louis are Peabody, Hamilton Heights, and College Hill. Number 3, Little Rock, Arkansas. With one of the highest violent crime rates in America, Little Rock is another one of the worst cities in the US. Home to 210,000 residents, Little Rock is the largest city in Arkansas. Little Rock crime rate is 209% higher than the rest of the country, with 7,182 crimes per 100,000 residents. The violent crime rate is especially high, 1,833 crimes per 100,000 residents, which is almost 400% higher than the national average. There were 79 murders reported in 2022, which makes the murder rate 144% higher than the country overall. The property crime rate is 5,349 crimes per 100,000 residents, or 174% higher than the rest of the US. Little Rock neighborhoods with the highest crime rate include the South End, Oak Forest, and Stephens. Number 4, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Baton Rouge is another one of the most dangerous cities in US. Its population is 227,000, making it the second largest city in Louisiana after New Orleans. The crime rate in Baton Rouge is 196% higher than the national average. The violent crime rate is 1,028 crimes per 100,000 residents, meaning it's 178% more dangerous than the average US city. The murder rate is 128% higher than the national average, with 29.1 homicides per 100,000 people. Plus, the property crime rate is nearly 200% higher than the rest of the country, with 5,852 crimes per 100,000 residents. Based on the crime rate, the worst neighborhoods in Baton Rouge are Brookstown, Victoria Gardens, and Greenville Edition. Number 5, Oakland, California. Located east of San Francisco, Oakland consistently ranks as one of the most dangerous cities in California and the country. Out of a population of 450,000, Oakland has a crime rate of 6,459 per 100,000, making Oakland 175% higher than the national average and 150% higher than California. In 2022, there were 5,714 violent incidents, including 103 murders, 2,515 robberies, and 2,730 assaults. Much of the violence in Oakland can be attributed to gang violence. The most dangerous neighborhoods in Oakland are Eastmont, Acorn, and Webster. Number 6, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Another one of the worst cities in America is Albuquerque. With a population of 560,000, Albuquerque has a crime rate of 6,356 per 100,000 people, making the city 171% more dangerous than the national average. In 2022, there were 7,552 violent crimes, including 80 murders, 1,439 robberies, and 5,592 assaults. Overall, the chance of becoming the victim of a violent crime is 1 in 75. Property crime is also a problem in Albuquerque. In 2022, there were 5,075 burglaries, 18,131 incidents of theft, and 4,965 incidents of vehicle theft. The most dangerous neighborhoods in Albuquerque are Quigley Park, La Mesa, Jackson area, and Crestview Bluff. Number 7, Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore is also one of the most dangerous cities in America. It has a population of 5,067,000 and a violent crime rate of 6,170 per 100,000 people. As of 2022, there were 9,498 incidents of violent crime and 18,370 incidents of property crime, making the overall chance of becoming a victim 1 in 17. Baltimore has a particularly high violent crime rate with 177 homicides in the first 6 months of 2022. Much of the violent crime in Baltimore is gang and drug related. The most dangerous neighborhoods in Baltimore are Middle East, Fairfield, West Baltimore, and East Monument Historic District. Number 8, Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland is another one of the most dangerous cities in the US. It has a population of 400,000 people, making it the second largest city in Ohio. The crime rate in Cleveland is 5,931 incidents per 100,000 residents, which is 115% higher than the rest of the country. The violent crime rate is even higher than at 1,614 crimes per 100,000 residents, making it 336% more dangerous than the rest of us. The murder rate is particularly high at 40 homicide per 100,000 residents, while the national average is 6.3. Property crime in Cleveland is also 121% higher than the rest of the US, with 4,317 crimes per 100,000 residents. The most dangerous neighborhoods in Cleveland are St. Clair, Superior, Industrial Valley, and North Broadway. Number 9, New Orleans, Louisiana. Another one of the most dangerous cities in the US is New Orleans. Out of a population of 400,000, New Orleans has a crime rate of 5,864 per 100,000 people, making it 150% higher than the national average. In 2022, there were 5,208 violent crimes in New Orleans, making the chance of falling victim to a violent crime 1 in 74. Out of that number, there were 201 murders, 1,106 robberies, and 3,200 assaults. There were also 18,098 property crimes in 22, with 2,039 counts of burglary and 3,526 counts of vehicle assault. The most dangerous neighborhoods in New Orleans in Pines Village, Wake Lake Forest, Central City, and Desire. Number 10, Detroit, Michigan. Detroit is known for its high crime rates, which make it one of the deadliest cities in America. Out of a population of 640,000, Detroit has 5,389 crimes per 100,000 people. The crime rate in Detroit is 130% higher than the national average. The chance of being the victim of a violent crime is 1 in 44, with 14,430 violent crimes reported in 2022. Of that number, there were 330 counts of murder, 1,850 counts of robbery, 11,565 counts of assault. In addition, there were 21,258 property crimes in 2022. The most dangerous neighborhoods in Detroit are Franklin Park, Fiskhorn, Warrendale, Von Steuben, and Greensbrier. Number 11, Lubbock, Texas. Another one of the most dangerous cities in the US is Lubbock, Texas. With a population of 260,000, Lubbock has a crime rate that is 121% higher than the national average. In 2022, Lubbock had 5,263 crimes per 100,000 people, with 2,856 violent crimes. Of those violent crimes, there were 28 murders, 431 robberies, and 2,169 assaults. Overall, the chances of becoming the victim of a violent crime were 1 in 90. There were also 13,858 incidents of property crime, and the most dangerous neighborhoods in Lubbock were Jackson, Tech Terrace, Chapman Park, Maxey, and Dunbar. Number 12, Stockton, California. Stockton is also one of the most dangerous places to live in America. With a population of 340,000, Stockton has a crime rate of 4,259 per 100,000 people, making the city 82% more dangerous than the US national average. In 2022, the chance of becoming the victim of violent crime was 1 in 79, with 4,047 incidents. Of that number, there were 56 murders, 918 robberies, and 2,883 assaults. The most dangerous neighborhoods in Stockton are Civic Center Park, Lakeview, and Seaport. Number 13, Chicago, Illinois. Chicago is also one of the worst cities in the US. It constantly makes the news as one of America's most dangerous and violent cities. With a population of 2,800,000 people, Chicago has a crime rate of 3,926 per 100,000 people, making it 67% more dangerous than the US average. In 2020, Chicago had 26,000 violent crimes, including 774 murders. Much of violent crime can be attributed to gang violence and conflict, which is closely tied to the drug trade. Much of Chicago's gang violence is based in neighborhoods in which gangs operate. In general, the south side and west side of Chicago are considered to be the most dangerous. The most dangerous neighborhoods in Chicago are Englewood, Austin, East Garfield Park, West Garfield Park, and Washington Park. These 13 cities are the most dangerous in the United States due to their high crime rates and the level of danger posed to residents and tourists. These cities have disproportionately high violent and property crime rates. If you want to feel safe at home, it's best to avoid the places mentioned as they are some of the worst cities in America due to their high crime rates. Although crime is high and many parts of these cities are dangerous, there are safe areas in each city. If you plan on visiting or relocating to one of these cities, knowing the area you intend to visit beforehand is crucial. To determine the most dangerous cities in the US, we looked at numerous factors, including violent crime rates as well as overall crimes per capita, to determine how dangerous each city is. We used data from the FBI's most recent crime report, as well as local and state data from 2021, 2022, and 2023. For our ranking of the worst cities in America, we only considered larger cities with at least 200,000 residents. Even with large populations, many of these cities have unusually high proportions of murders and other violent crimes. Thank you.